Hi, today I want to show you 3 DIYs that I did using vintage silk scarves and turning them into headbands. I've been collecting silk scarves for a really long time just because I think they're really pretty, but I realized I had too many to ever reasonably wear. Sometimes I'd wear them like this, tied around my neck, or tied to a bag like this, which I still think is cute, but I wanted to start wearing them in my hair. My hair is really fine and slippery, so wearing it just tied didn't work. It would just always fall off the back of my head unless I used a lot of bobby pins, which isn't a super cute look. So I had the brilliant idea to get a bunch of plastic headbands and attach the scarves directly to them. I've since realized that you can also just wrap a scarf around this and stick it on your head without actually attaching it to the headband, but I'm going to show you how to do that at the end. So I made 3 versions. I have this one would probably be the most complicated, but also possibly the most on trend right now. It's like a poofy crown style braided headband, and then we have a sort of 60s flowy, just plain wrapped look, and then we have the prairie girl kind of triangle headscarf, which you could also wear tied like this if you're, I don't know, a grandmother or doing a TikTok challenge. So like I said, you'll need a plain plastic headband. I bought these on Amazon where I no longer shop, but I'll link them below if I can find them. You can probably also find these at a thrift store, dollar store. You might have some laying around already. The most important thing is that they do not have teeth on the inside so that you're able to easily and safely wrap the fabric around them. I used glue for these projects because I feel like it's more accessible to more people. Not everybody knows how to sew, but alternately you could probably just sew these and not glue them. Let's get into the tutorials. For the braided headband, you'll want to use a longer rectangle scarf and cut it into 3 pieces, 3 even pieces, and then attach them together at one end. So I just did a quick stitch on the sewing machine. Then I am taping it to my work surface like I'm making a friendship bracelet, and just braid it all the way down, making sure that your braid is pretty even and nowhere is too tight or too loose or too bunchy, whatever. Just make sure it looks nice. And then once we get to the end, we will stitch up that other end of the braid. Once that's done, just zhuzh the braid a little bit. I like it a little bit poofier to give it some more volume and just make sure it's even. And then taking the headband and some E6000 glue, you could use fabric glue, craft glue, whatever. I'm spreading it out with an old paintbrush so that it's even, and then just very carefully pushing the braid onto the headband and pressing it into place. Because the braid was not long enough to cover the full headband, I'm taking some ribbon and I'm just going to wrap that around the ends using some glue, and then just tightly wrap it like you're wrapping a cast or something. Just keep adding glue, and then once you get to the end, cut it off, glue on that last little bit, and then this part should be covered by your hair. For this braided one, I did use a scarf that was slightly not long enough, so I did have to cover the ends, and I thought that my hair would cover them, but it doesn't. So the way I styled this one is bring some hair to the front and then stick it in, and then using bobby pins just cover those white ends with the hair that's in the front. So just take a little strand, like that. I think it kind of adds to the princessy vibes that this one has with, I guess, it looks like a crown. That's why it's like princessy to me. I thought I couldn't pull off these puffy headbands, but now I want to make one that's even bigger. Since I have this whole pack, I probably will. For this one, you will want another longer rectangular scarf and just sort of test how many times you need to fold it in half to wrap it around the headband. I did mine twice, so it's folded into quarters. And then you will again take your glue, apply it to just the top part of the headband and spread it out with the paintbrush, and then carefully place the headband right in the center of the scarf. Apply a bit more glue on the inner part, spread it out, and then you will just fold the scarf inwards, press it into the area that you glued, apply a little bit more glue, and fold on the other side, and then just hold it and let it dry for as long as your glue needs to dry. For extra security, I went and just sewed up the edge here. This is optional. You could just do this sewing only as well. And there you have it. It's loose on the ends and tight on the top. So with this one, I find it easiest to put it on, and I like to push it sort of towards the front and then pull out the hair that you want to be behind the scarf and put it in a ponytail to get it out of the way, and then take the ends and just tie it back. I think this one is cute with like a ponytail. It's giving me Daphne from Scooby-Doo. For this last one, you will want a square-shaped scarf, and we will be folding it in half diagonally so that you end up with a triangle shape. Make sure all the edges are lined up, and then you'll just be placing the headband directly in the center. So take your glue, apply it all over the headband on the outside, and spread it around with the paintbrush. We just don't want any lumps and bumps here. And then you will place it directly in the center and carefully wrap the edges of the scarf around it. Do a little bit more pressing to make sure that glue is secure. And then we'll add some more glue to the inner side of the headband. Spread it out with the paintbrush and then fold that little bit of fabric inwards. This will just help cover up the plastic so that you can't tell there's a plastic headband under your scarf. Do this all the way around, and then again just allow this to dry for as long as your glue is recommended to dry. I think this one's really cute for if you have dirty hair and you do it with braids. I remember this is how my mom used to style me in them when I was little. So just sort of push it back like a normal headband and then gather and then just tie the ends. It gets cute like this. I think because of the pattern, it's giving me like farm girl, but like ponytails would be cute too, or just really loose braids. Cute. That's all. Remember how I said in the beginning that you could just do this without any glue, any sewing, just wrap it around the headband? I'm going to show you how to do that. I think this is effective but annoying because you have to zhuzh it a little bit more and you have to do this like every time. But if you know that it's a scarf you want to wear for other things, you might want to do it this way. So I'm working with a large square scarf. I'm going to show you how to do the triangle folded milkmaid look with this first. So just fold it into the triangle shape, and then take your headband and place it down into the triangle. Try to find the center, and then flip it around and use your fingers to isolate the headband. So the problem here is just it's not going to be as precise, but you can sort of feel out the headband and then sweep it around and stick it on, and then tie it as you wish. You could even, tie it like over top like this or underneath. It definitely works. It's just a little like, it doesn't feel as secure. I feel like it could still like slip off just because it's really loose. Then for the other version, I'm going to take this triangle fold again and just fold it up into a strip like this, and then take your headband and place it around the top, sort of just fold it into place, and then quickly, before it falls out of place, stick it onto your head and tie it as you would. Again, this works, it just doesn't feel so secure and it could still slip off very easily. So there's your DIY headbands, 3 ways, really 4 ways, 3.5 ways. I hope you liked this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.